Hey, kings and queens. When we think about marriage, we often picture love, laughter, and companionship. But let's be real. Finances play a huge role in the marriage. How money is earned, spent, saved, and shared can either strengthen the bond between two people or create cracks that widen over time. Here's a personal story. When Art and I first got married, finances were one of our biggest struggles. We came into the marriage with different views shaped by our upbringing and past relationships. And to be honest, there was a lack of trust. That mistrust wasn't because of what we were doing in the present, but because of what we had experienced in the past. You see, in my previous marriage, all of the money went into the same account, and I was the primary breadwinner at the time. What I thought was unity ended up being used against me in divorce. One example in particular was that I had to pay for my truck, a brand new Chevy Suburban. Those payments came right out of my paycheck via my direct deposits into my federal credit union. And yet, my husband took my truck, sold it, and used the money to buy himself a new vehicle. I'm not even going to get into how he was able to even do that at the dealership with my name being the only one on the title. That betrayal taught me a painful lesson. Financial trust and clarity are essential in marriage. And it also taught me that not having safeguards in place leaves the door open for heartbreak. When Art and I came together, we had to unlearn old habits and rebuild new ones. We had to redefine how we as a couple wanted to handle money, instead of just repeating what was modeled for us growing up. The Bible speaks a lot about money and stewardship. In Proverbs 21:5, it reminds us, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." And in Ecclesiastes 4:9 and 10, it says, "Two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." Finances in marriage aren't about control, they're about partnership. It's about building together with wisdom, trust, and shared vision. God calls us to be stewards, not just of resources, but of each other's hearts. That means our financial practices should reflect unity, transparency, and mutual respect. Now, does that mean every couple should have the same system? Not at all. Some couples choose joint accounts, others keep separate accounts but share responsibilities. What matters most is that you agree together and create trust rather than letting money divide you. That's why at the Royal Connection Couples Retreat, March 13th to the 15th, 2026 at the Hyatt Regency Princeton, we're bringing in experts to go deeper. You'll learn real tools for financial literacy, investing strategies, and even tax laws that can strengthen, not weaken your marriage. You don't have to repeat unhealthy patterns. You don't have to argue about money, and you don't have to carry fear into your financial future. Here are 3 takeaways with examples that can help you. Number 1, financial reveals trust. Money is never about dollars, it's about trust. If one spouse feels the need to hide purchases, or if one person controls all the finances without openness, it creates a secrecy and tension. For example, maybe a husband pays bills but never tells his wife what's in the account. Or a wife handles the credit cards but doesn't share what she's spending. That lack of transparency breeds suspicion. Instead, build a system that works for both of you. Whether it's joint accounts, shared budgeting meetings once a month, or even using apps that let you both see what's happening in real time, trust is built when money isn't used as a weapon or a secret, but as a tool for growth together. And number 2, your past does not define your future. Many couples walk into marriage with financial baggage. Maybe you grew up in a home where money was scarce, so you cling tightly to every penny. Or maybe, like me, you experienced betrayal, where finances were used against you. I had to learn not to punish Art for what someone else did in my past. If you've had financial pain before, debt, foreclosure, divorce, or even being taken advantage of, it doesn't have to keep repeating. For example, if one spouse had a failed business, that doesn't mean they can't try again together with wisdom and new boundaries. With open conversations and new agreements, you can write a different financial story in your marriage. And number 3, education empowers. What you don't know about money can hurt you. Lack of financial literacy is one of the biggest silent killers in marriages. I've seen couples argue for hours over tax refunds or debt, not realizing with just a little knowledge, They could have turned that money into an investment or a cushion for emergencies. For example, one couple may be spending thousands of interest just because they don't know how to manage credit cards. Another couple might be losing out on tax breaks simply because they don't understand the laws for married couples filing jointly. Knowledge levels the playing field. That's why at the retreat, we're bringing in experts who will break down investing, financial planning, and tax laws in simple, practical terms that every couple can apply right away. When trust is present, when past wounds don't dictate future choices, and when education replaces ignorance, finances stop being a source of division. Instead, they become a foundation that strengthens the bond between husband and wife. So I want to personally invite you and your spouse, or even you who are preparing for marriage, to join us at the Royal Connection Couples Retreat. Let's move from fear to financial freedom, from division to unity, and from surviving to thriving. Because when love and finances walk hand in hand under God's direction, your marriage can't help but flourish. I'm Marie Howard from In Between the Speaks, and I want you all to be blessed.